An ad that stands out and has a strong message can get your customers' attention and make them want to buy the product. But sometimes, marketers would go too far in their desire to make sales or have an effect on a certain group. Because of this, marketers may put out an ad that is illegal or deceptive. So you don't go down that road, I've made a list of 20 unethical and false marketing methods you should know about and stay away from. There are lots of ways to sell your business, but none of these are good ways to get people's attention. To be a smart media user, it's important to know how marketers use sneaky ways to get their message across. Sadly, you can see cases of these all the time. Even in 2022, you might feel like you can't see some of these. Let's look at some real-world examples of wrong ways to sell something. 1. Images that mislead. Have you ever ordered a burger from a fast food place that looked so good on TV, but when you got it, it was limp and sad? Then you know how terrible it feels when the burger is unwrapped and put in front of you. As a business owner, it's your job to serve food that goes with your marketing materials. Don't let how a meal is served fail you. False advertising covers the worst kinds of misleading pictures or illustrations, and if you are found guilty, you could have to pay big fines. Some places do live up to their stock photos, and customers have given them good reviews because of it. One such company is Shake Shack, which is growing quickly. If you've ever eaten at a Shake Shack, you know that the food looks almost exactly like what they show in their ads. This method also pays off because so many customers share it on social media, which is like free advertising. Last quarter, the method brought in more than $174 million, which helped the bottom line. I know that if you want food shots to look good, you have to style the food and use the right lighting. But do everything you can to make sure the users get the same visual quality. 2. Spamming. We know that selling a product means getting people's attention all the time. But spamming isn't the best way to reach more potential buyers. When most of us think of spammy marketing, we think of texts or phone calls that we didn't ask for. Spamming has also spread to sending a lot of text messages and leaving a lot of comments on online posts. These are annoying ways to market that push people away instead of bringing them in. I'm sure you've seen this a lot of times. Customers won't like it if you send them too many emails about your product, especially if they haven't given you permission to use their email addresses to sell to them. In fact, if you do this, you could get in a lot of trouble with the law. For instance, the Can-Spam Act says that for each violation, you could be fined $43,792. Spamming is thought to be unethical and should never be done. 3. Plagiarism. Plagiarism is clearly a bad thing to do, but some companies still do it. Plagiarism is, in short, when you copy someone else's ad. Imagine working hard to come up with and make a marketing ad, only to have someone else copy it word for word and claim it as their own. This is more than annoying. You might be shocked to learn that even big food companies have copied ads in the past. In fact, one of them is McDonald's. The burger chain said they were sorry, but this should be a reminder that copying someone else's work will not only hurt your image, but can also cost you money in fees. It's one thing to get ideas from a marketing message, but it's another thing to copy it exactly. It's perfectly fine to copy the idea behind an ad, but you have to give things your own twist. 4. How religion and politics are used. When you're trying to sell something, you should usually stay away from talking about sex, religion, and politics. Why? When coming up with an ad idea, it's best not to talk about these sensitive subjects. For example, based on how you feel about politics, you could lose half of your customers' interest or turn them away. This is especially true for food businesses that want to attract customers of many different ages, races, and income levels. Many people can misunderstand these messages, which can make someone feel disrespected, singled out, or bothered. If you want to be safe, don't use these themes unless they make sense for your brand. 5. Facts with a twist. When marketing their products, some businesses change the truth. Vitamin Water is an example of this. They advertised their product as a healthier alternative to pop, but each bottle had 8 teaspoons of sugar in it. Vitamin Water is not cool. There are a lot of other ads for goods that don't say the right things about them. Don't act like them if you don't want to hear from customers again. Be very careful about what you say about health. Make sure that any claim you make is backed up by good facts from a third party. Putting down competitors. Even when it comes to business, be a sport, it's wrong to try to sell your own products by attacking the products of your competitors. Businesses do better when they have to compete. Competition helps push a company to change and get better. So don't be bad and just think about how to sell your goods without hurting other brands. 7. Hidden fees. Don't sell a product for a low price and then hide extra fees in the fine print. It's wrong to trick customers into buying your product by charging them extra fees that weren't in plain sight. Tell people the truth so you don't trick them. 8. Exaggeration. So that people will buy our goods, it makes sense that we want our ads to sound as convincing as possible. But it's not right to make things worse than they are. Take Weighting Comfort's advertisement, which says that their weighted blankets help you sleep. The National Advertising Division, NADI, said that it should change the language to may improve sleep because not everyone likes the feel of a weighted blanket. Check the ads you put out for marketing and make sure they are correct and easy to understand. The best part is that you don't have to say things that aren't 100% true. If you're selling a good product, you don't have to make things up to sell it. 9. No scientific data. Be careful when making health claims that aren't backed up by science. The FDA told GlaxoSmithKline that they weren't telling people about the side effects of the drug Trexamet, which is used to treat migraines. The full information about the product was only shown if the reader scrolled all the way to the bottom of the ad. Be a good marketer and always put in your ads any science proof or source. Don't give out bad information. 10. False advertising. Your ads should always say what they mean. Nando's was once criticized for a misleading ad that said there would be a free lunch for the first 250 people. The details were hidden on a different link under the terms and conditions. Sad thing is, Nando's could have just been honest about the 250 limit and there wouldn't have been a problem. This ad for a free lunch probably would have done well no matter what. It's not right to use false advertisements. If there are any terms that a watcher should know right away, say so right away in the ad. Don't lie to people who might buy from you. 11. Tricking a sale. Having a sale with deep discounts is a tried and true way to bring in people. But some stores don't even post or show the item's original price or how much it was marked down to be a sale. Or maybe the item wasn't even marked down to begin with, and the sale was just a way to get people to buy it. Don't use this kind of marketing trick if you aren't actually lowering the prices of your products. Consumers will figure it out eventually, especially since everyone has a social media account now. 12. Uses of fear. Fear-based marketing is a way to get people to buy something by making them scared of it. Then the product is sold as a way to fix or get rid of those fears. One famous example is the Listerine ad from the 1920s about bad breath and how people would not like you if you didn't treat it. That is, your smell would be so bad that nobody would want to hang out with you. Fear-based ads might be effective, but they aren't right. It seems scary and can set off bad feelings in some people. Instead, you can change your word from one of fear to one of hope. Don't scare your customers into buying your product. Instead, try to help them figure out how to deal with the problem. 13. Discrimination. It's against the law to treat people differently, and business should never do that. But there are still brands that have been accused of doing this. When Dove ran an ad about how a black woman became white after using their product, they got a lot of negative feedback. They took the ad down, but it was already too late. Think twice before coming up with an ad idea. Before putting an ad out into the world, you should step back and look it over to make sure it won't hurt anyone. Most of all, don't be unfair. 14. Having the right papers. When you post an ad with scientific claims, make sure to get answers from people with the right qualifications. For example, if you talk about medical facts, make sure to get them from a licensed medical doctor who focuses on that area of medicine, not some random health coach you saw on a YouTube video. Medical doctors have the right licenses, education, and training, so it's best to get your information from reliable sources like these. 15. Shaming the body. Body shaming is making fun of someone's size or making them feel bad about it. And now that you know what it means, you know it's unethical to use it as a way to sell something. Somehow, people still use body shame as a way to sell things. Victoria's Secret was once criticized for an ad that defined the perfect body by only showing models with slim, seductive bodies. Don't be rude. That's what we should all learn. Don't make fun of people's bodies when you're trying to sell something. We don't all look the same. That's awesome. 16. Negative content. Just like you should avoid ads that play on your fears, you should also avoid ads that make you feel bad. Ads should be about making people feel better, not making them feel worse, especially now when we're all sick from a disease. Negative material only hurts the mental health of people who might see your ad, so it's best to stay away from negative and depressing themes. 17. Not being eco-friendly. Things have changed, and more people are looking for goods that are better for the environment. Make sure you advertise the right way if your business sells items that are good for the environment. It was pointed out that Volkswagen's ads were not true. They say that their cars are good for the environment, but Volkswagen was really cheating on emissions tests. Their eco-friendly cars did not report the right amount of pollution and also put out up to 40 times more pollution than is allowed in the United States. When this news came out, their stock price dropped and the car company was fined $15 billion. This is an example of advertising that isn't true, but the cars were sold as being good for the environment when they were not. So, when you make an ad to sell your product, make sure you get all the facts right and sell something that is good for the earth. You can't just say good things about the world and not back them up. 18. Celebrity endorsements. Even if you don't believe it, having celebrities promote goods can be a bad and unethical way to market them. Celebrities often tell their fans about goods they like, and a lot of people pay attention to what they say. Their fans probably won't even look at what other people say about the goods. They'll just buy them because their favorite celebrities say they're great. What they don't know is that these goods might even be bad for them. Think twice before getting a famous person to help you sell your goods. Before letting someone promote a brand, you should make sure to do a thorough background check. Or even better, don't include them. 19. Stereotyping. The time for stereotypes is over, and your marketing ads should reflect that. Don't say that blue is for guys and pink is for women. Men and women can both work as nurses and cops. Stereotypes should be left in the past, and your marketing plan should help people see the world as it is now. 20. Mistreatment of employees. Even though this may not be a marketing strategy per se, mistreating and threatening your workers to make an unethical ad for you is not the way to market your product in 2022. Be nice to your employees and work together to make an ad that everyone at your company can be proud of. These are examples of unethical ways to sell that you should avoid at all costs. Let's make ads that are fun, clean, and really clever. If you believe in the goods, you don't have to cut corners or do anything else that isn't right.